So today we're going to be talking, like I said, about freebies and tripwires and just overall how to use these to better monetize your blog. And like I said last time, this is something that I am personally just beginning to really work on, really make a priority. And so I share that with you to hopefully encourage you that I have been making a very good income from blogging, full-time income that pays all of our family's expenses, that pays my team, that allows us to give generously for years without freebies and tripwires. I mean, I did do a few freebies, but not really intentionally doing that. So I hope that that encourages you to know that there are lots of ways to make money, but this is just one that I feel like is really fantastic because it not only builds your email list, but it also helps you make money. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal. And I am just finding that it is really working very well. I've been blown away by the fact that we have just implemented this a little bit, and the passive income that is coming in and how it is building our email list has been super surprising and very exciting to me. So that's why I wanted to pass it on to you, and that's why I wanted to focus on that, because it's something that I'm working on and I need the accountability to be building this in our business, but also because I hope that it inspires you to do the same as well. Okay, so I wanted to share with you, before we have the first hot seat person come on, I wanted to share with you one thing that I have been finding on my current tripwire that has been really interesting to me, and I wanted to share it with you because I feel like it might be insightful. I've noticed on the forum that a lot of people, when they're trying to brainstorm their freebie and brainstorm their tripwire, they're kind of getting overwhelmed, and you're feeling like you need to have this really amazing sort of thing, and you can't use anything that you've ever used before, and it needs to just blow people's minds. And here's the thing that I'm learning. So I have an email that I send to people whenever they have gone through my funnel. So they sign up for 5 Days to a Better Morning, which is a 5-day challenge. And then as soon as they sign up, they are redirected to my tripwire, which is to get my course, Make Over Your Mornings, for $10, which is $7 off the price. Then I send them a series of emails. So they get 5 days of emails that have, there's a Facebook accountability group. I did a video for them every day, and there's a project for every day. So they get a short inspirational message from me. They get a video from me that's on the Facebook page. They get to interact on the Facebook group, and then also the accountability for each day's project. So they get that for 5 days. And then there's 4 days of emails that they get encouraging them to buy Make Over Your Mornings, which is my 14-day course on how to set up your mornings for success. And the 14-day course is a 5-minute video, a 5-minute workbook reading, and then a 5-minute project. So very similar to the 5-day challenge, just a little bit of a different format, and it's kind of go at your own pace. Well, here's what I'm finding. So at the end of the funnel, if people have gone through all 4 days and they didn't purchase, the 4 days of emails encouraging them to purchase, where I kind of hit it from different angles. So I'm telling them how they're going to feel if they purchase this product, how it's going to make them feel. I'm telling, I'm kind of then what they're going to gain from it. And then why I think they should buy it. And I'm addressing their, maybe, they're feeling like, I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. Will I actually follow through? I don't know. Is it worth the money? So I'm addressing their objections as well. So each of those emails kind of does things from a different angle. And then the last day, the last day I offer them a special offer where they get 2 free bonuses. And then also throughout the whole 4 days, I'm offering them a $7 off coupon so they can get it for just $10. So if they haven't purchased at the end of that, then I send them an email a few days later that says, I want your honest opinion. Actually, and I'm going to show you, I will show you the email really quickly. Okay, so here is the email, and it is, I want you to be honest with me. And hopefully this will pull up for you so that you can see it. And so this one, it says, went to Claudia. I know I sent you some emails about my life-changing course, Make Over Your Mornings, but according to my records, it looks like you didn't buy the course. Well, this might make you feel a little uncomfortable. I would truly appreciate your honest feedback. Would you be willing to be brave and honest and hit reply and let me know why you didn't buy? Was it because the course didn't look like it would meet your needs or help you? Was it because you weren't sure it was for you? Was there some other reason? My goal is to serve you as best as I can, so if you can let me know where I missed the mark, that would be so helpful to me for the future. Thank you so much. And then I said, P.S. I truly mean it when I say I want your honest feedback. And I just realized there's a mistake. I want you honest feedback. You need to change that. Don't hold back. I won't be offended. I promise. Just hit reply and let me know. There we go. Still learning how to do this. Okay. So why I wanted to share that with you is because I have gotten hundreds and hundreds of responses to this email. And I have learned so much from it. And here's what I've learned. A lot of people have said, I don't feel like I need your course because you gave me enough in the 5-day challenge. I've also learned a lot of other things. A lot of people have said they can't afford it. And so when, like I said last time, when that happens, then I offer to give it to them for free if they promise to go through it. So why I want to share this with you is because I realized that I probably am going to change my approach with future freebies. I feel like I gave them too much so that they're like, I don't need the course. She gave me so much material for free. Why would I pay her for something else when I already got what I needed? So in the future, so with my current freebie and tripwire that I'm setting up, it's going to be just a simple PDF that is 10 ways to cut your grocery bill by $50. It's something that they can read through in probably 15 minutes, and it gives them lots of great tips, but I hope that it leaves them wanting more. So you want to inspire them, you want to give them great material, but you also want to leave them wanting more. And I feel like I gave them so much with 5 days that we would see a lot more conversions if I had just done maybe more something like a simple cheat sheet on 5 things you should do every morning, or a simple PDF on 10 steps to set up a better morning routine. So as you're thinking of your freebie, as you're thinking of your tripwire, as you're thinking of your funnel, I just want to challenge you, keep it simple. And don't try to give them so much that you actually kind of push them away from ending up buying because you gave them so much for free. Now, I'm not saying to be ungenerous, any of that, but I'm just saying be smart and strategic about it because you want to help people, but also you do need to make an income. And the whole point of me having this mastermind is because I want to help you increase your income and increase your impact. Okay. So remember also, some of you are getting a little hung up on how this works. So it's freebie that is then going to lead to your tripwire that is then going to lead to your funnel. So your funnel is going to promote a larger sort of course. Your tripwire should be something simple, something that's like an ebook or printables or something that's pretty short and sweet, not this big comprehensive course. Because when someone signs up for a freebie, they're not expecting that they're going to get upsold. And so when you give them an upsell, you want it to be something that they're willing to take action on right away. That it's not like, oh, it's a $47 course. That it's just a simple, oh, if I spend $5, I'm going to get this thing that's going to really help me. And you already know that they need help in that area because they signed up for the freebie. So just keep it simple when you're thinking of that freebie and tripwire, and then think long-term for the funnel and the course. And I don't have this yet. I'm working on this. So we're doing this together. Okay. I would love for our first hot seat participant or contestant or whatever we want to call them to come on. And this is Sarah. And Sarah is a new blogger. And so I'm going to, hello, Sarah. Can we hear you? Now I can still hear Sarah, right? Okay. Dog barking. Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you, guys. Okay. So Sarah, I would love for you to tell us what your issue is. So first off, introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us about your blog really quickly, and then tell us what your issue is when it comes to freebies and tripwires.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, my blog is tryallthisstuff.com, and where I focus mainly on doing reviews of beauty, lifestyle, parenting, household products. And so my issue is I don't want to have a course or, necessarily a product associated with it. I would rather focus on affiliate sales. And so my issue is figuring out what a freebie would be that would attract the right audience. And I think the reason why I'm getting tripped up on this is because I don't know what the end product or the tripwire would be that I would sell to my audience.
And you're pretty new to blogging, is that correct?
Correct.
How long have you had your blog for?
I've had it since December.
Okay.
And however, I have been selling stuff online, like printables on Etsy, and I sell t-shirts on Amazon and Etsy as well. So I have experience selling items online, but I've never been officially a blogger per se.
Okay. And I think you said that you hadn't announced your blog to anyone yet. You're just trying to build articles and posts and things on the blog. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So Jamie's asking, what is your niche? Like, I'd love to hear, who is your target market, and where do you see your blog long term? Like, what is your goal of starting your blog? Okay.
Well, for now, my target market is mothers or women. Not necessarily, they don't have to be mothers, but women in the age range of 25 to 35. And they have more disposable income. Like, I don't focus on frugality, which I know a lot of the people in this group do, but I focus more on quality of products. And sometimes you have to spend a little bit more, or, not necessarily all the time, but I want to focus on women who are willing to spend money, more freely on products that have a higher quality. And that's basically my target audience.
So when you're first starting out, my encouragement to you, one, don't apologize. I sense a little bit of you're apologizing a little bit for the fact that you're focusing on people who have more disposable income and like higher quality products. Please do not apologize for that, because there is room in the market for everyone, and there are a lot of people who could not care whiff about saving money. They care more about quality, and so I think that's fantastic. So you don't need to be shy about that. But secondly, I think when you're first starting out with your freebie, think of it more as you're building your email list, and you want to build an email list of people who are going to be your ideal target market. So maybe in the beginning, you don't even worry so much about a tripwire as you worry about getting a really great freebie, because for you, I see that your key long-term with what you're wanting to do, a lot of your money is going to probably be made in people purchasing the boxes and subscription services, and then also in working directly with companies. For instance, I work with FabFitFun, and they pay really good money for me to get on Facebook Live and do an unboxing. And if I had a market of people who were willing to spend more money, I know that there are so many different subscription services out there that would love to work with me, because that's their target market. So I think I see for you that long-term, that's going to be a big part, the sponsored types of posts, and then the affiliate income, that's going to be big for you. So building your email list of people who want to spend a little bit of money for quality products, that's going to be key in your income generating long-term.
Right. I totally agree with that. Yeah.
So as far as freebies, let us know. So what are some things that you have thought of? Because then in the comments and in the chat, I'd love for people to just share your thoughts and your ideas so we can all brainstorm together. So what are some ideas you've had?
So like I mentioned previously, I have a printable Etsy shop. So I know how to make printables. I could do it really quick. And so I was thinking, since a large part of what I'm going to be doing is reviewing subscription boxes, as you mentioned previously. So I was thinking about creating a printable, like a subscription tracker, like where women can write down like the subscriptions that they're subscribed to, the date and the price, and etc. Or maybe like an online shopping tracker where they could write down like all their online orders and whatnot.
Okay, so I would love to hear in the chat what people think about that. Personally, I think that I would focus more on, Bonnie says, what about a freebie of your top 10 favorite products? Or what about a freebie that's something more product-based, like pushing people to quality products? Because I feel like a printable is maybe not going to draw so much your crowd or be as exciting to someone as something where it's like you put together a PDF that is this download that is like my top 10 favorite makeup, whatever. Like are you familiar with Kate? Her blog it's like K8 small things something. Do you know who I'm talking about? If someone else knows, put the link in the comments for this. She's really big on Instagram, but she does all the time. She was a hairstylist and now she's more of a beauty blogger. But one of the things she does, she makes a lot of money just on using affiliate links for, like, it'll be her top 10 favorite nail polishes, her top 10 favorite eye products, or top 10 favorite mascaras or whatever, and she'll do things like that. And so I feel like I would think more along those lines. Okay, Meg said it's the small things blog, and check out what she's doing, because I think that just might give you some inspiration. But so another thing that you could do is something along the lines of subscription boxes. So, if it's like the top 10 beauty boxes or 5 or whatever, I bet Carolyn says maybe a comparison between 2 different brands of the same product, an in-depth comparison. Like Krista asked, do a lot of people have enough subscriptions that they need a printable to keep track of them? Yeah, I think that probably most people wouldn't. And so, I could be wrong. But you want something that people are like, I want that right now. Like, I need that right now. And so it could also be something that's along the lines of, I know I've seen Kate do things where it's like, a great look in 5 minutes, or, something like that. So I know that's more like beauty blogging. And I'm kind of, I know that's not exactly the direction that you're wanting to go, but I'm just thinking people who like subscription boxes and they're looking for you to review stuff. I think, long-term, are you seeing that you're going to review lots of different things and not just subscription type things?
Yeah, I'm going to focus on actual individual products as well. But I love subscription boxes, and I know that a lot of other women do too. And I've seen from like what I've gathered in following people on Instagram, YouTube, etc., or in blogs, women subscribe to more than one.
Yes.
A handful of them. And so, in my reviews, I am going to like break down the actual products, but I do want to venture out of that and focus on individual products, like maybe my favorite affordable makeup, or what you could buy at the drugstore, or even stuff for the house. And like I have some posts about cleaning and like cleaning products, not necessarily how to clean, but the products and how they work, and if it's really something I would recommend or not.
So what I see that you could do long term is that you could have on your sidebar where you could have like little clickable graphics that it would be like, the best subscription boxes for, like Micah says, for overwhelmed moms, or, whatever. Like you kind of think, and you kind of pay attention to which posts are the most, that do people love the most, and do they get the most traffic and engagement and all that. But I'm seeing how you could have like my top 10 favorite beauty products for date night, the top 10, and it could be different things, 5 or whatever, 3 mascaras you should never use. You know what I mean? Like it could be different, but that you're hitting that felt need of people. They just want somebody to do the work for them and do the review for them. And then they can just, it helps them to make the decision. So I see then using affiliate links for those, for all of those products. And so having these cool PDFs, if you can make a printable, then I bet you can make a really cool PDF that would, it could just be like a 2-page sort of, think of it more like a cheat sheet. You wouldn't necessarily call it that, but that you could then put together, and each of the links in that would be affiliate links. Right. So then maybe your income is going to be coming not so much from some sort of tripwire, because you're telling people to buy products. Like that's what you're doing. And it's a freebie per se, but it's going to be encouraging them to buy already. So I think if you were to have a tripwire that is like another thing for them to buy, it might honestly be a turnoff for them.
Right.
So
That's what I was thinking in the back of my head. So that's why I was having such a hard time coming up with something, because of like my whole website is focused on product reviews and essentially encouraging them to buy certain products. And if I'm like, okay, now buy this course of mine, like what, I didn't see how anything could fit into that niche that I'm, getting into.
yes, so that's what I would suggest. And Gabrielle says, don't do 3 worst mascaras if you want to add affiliate links. Although, as for you guys, so if you're familiar with the Ultimate Bundles, I sent out an email this morning that was on why I didn't like the Ultimate Productivity Bundle, and it also had why I liked it. But I have found that the more honest you are in reviews, and this is something that I would encourage you, if you're really honest and you say I don't like stuff, when you don't like it, people are going to be more apt to actually pay attention. So I wouldn't necessarily put that on your sidebar, but I would say definitely do posts that are reviews that are like, I did not like this at all. This is not worth the money. And you can be kind of sassy and sarcastic about it, because I will tell you that email this morning, I actually had at the bottom, I said, I'd love to know, did this email irritate you or did you find it helpful? And my inbox has just been blowing up with people saying, thank you so much. Like finally someone who's not just going crazy about something about how this is going to change your life, and someone's being more balanced. Like Stitch Fix, I've made thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars off Stitch Fix. And if you go look at my Stitch Fix posts, they're like, Stitch Fix,
Okay.
And people want honest reviews. So I would say, so for your freebies, you want them to be something that is like the best of the best, showcasing all of that. But in your actual post, you want to build loyalty and you want people to trust you by being super honest with them about the pros and cons and stuff. Don't be afraid to do that, because it's going to build a lot more trust. So
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So like really quick, because I know you have other people to get to. So what I'm gathering for my freebie, what you're essentially saying, is this correct? Like to focus on like maybe the 10 best products and focus on like a certain type of person, like 10 best products for mothers, 10 best product for college students, that sort of thing.
I think you could do different things. So as you do more reviews, you're going to be able to, and I would, you said mothers and women 25 to 35. So I would really focus on, but it could, but you could have, so I would start out with thinking like, how are you going to really capture those email addresses from that specific? But as you grow and as you have more reviews, then you could niche down a little bit more. And then, so then on your sidebar, I'm seeing that you could have, these cute, colorful graphics that are like, when they click on them, then it takes them to a sign up for this, different freebies that are just these 2-pagers that have kind of the best of the best. So maybe, my top products for brand new moms, or a gift guide. You could do so much with gift guides, and you could kind of rotate them out throughout the year. Which ones do the best, that sort of thing. So like somebody was talking about, seasonal, so you could kind of change them out. When it comes closer to Christmas, it could be more like gifts and, the busy holiday look, or like a holiday, to get a great, holiday look, or so thinking of that and seasons of the year and what would appeal to people. But if you had 5 or 10 on the sidebar, then you're going to be hitting multiple different pain points for people. And so they're probably not going to go sign up for every one, but they're going to click and probably 1 or 2. So that way, if you have multiples to choose from, I feel like for your space, it's not going to hurt at all for you to have the multiples, and then you're going to build your list at a faster pace. And then that's going to help you to build your income long-term more quickly because of that. So hopefully that was helpful.
Good.
Thank you.
Yes, very helpful. Thank you so much. I appreciate this opportunity. And it's finally get to chat with you, or it's finally great to get to chat with you.
And when you get your first freebie done, make sure that you post it in the forum and let us see, because we will all want to check it out.
Thank you very much.
All righty. Next up is Leslie Simmons, and I believe Leslie's site is Leslie's Little Corner, and let's see if she can hop on here and we can get some audio and video for her. Alrighty, so Leslie, tell us about your blog and tell us who your target market is.
Sure. So my blog has kind of turned into more of a recipe blog. And so I would say that my target market is probably moms, maybe young moms that are my age, busy moms who are just, having a hard time with cooking. And so I try to come up with easy recipes that are low ingredients and things that kids will like. So picky eaters and things like that.
Okay. And how long have you been blogging for?
Since 2012, so a long time.
Okay. And what are you thinking as far as freebie and tripwire, and what's your struggle there?
Okay, so my freebie is going to be, I think I'm kind of taken off of your 5 days. So I was thinking that I would do a 5 days to organize your kitchen, or organize your kitchen in 5 days, where every day there'll be a different part of the kitchen to organize, and it's going to focus on the food items like your spice cabinet, your pantry, your refrigerator, and your freezer. So the point is to get your kitchen more organized, get all that food more organized so you know what you have. And at the end of the 5 days, I've got a printable that is a kitchen inventory. And so it's basically got everything that you could possibly think of that you would have in your kitchen, and you'll print it out, put it in like a page protector, and you can use dry erase markers to write what you have, what you don't have, things like that. So you could easily put together a grocery list and make sure you're not buying double things and stuff like that.
And so somebody's asking, is your blog Leslie's Little Corner, or did I just make that up?
No, that's right. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so there it is. And so you're thinking that is the kitchen inventory, is that going to be your tripwire? What's your freebie and your tripwire?
I think that is going to be the freebie, like at the end of the 5 days. And for the tripwire, I'm thinking of doing a cooking class. You can cook with Leslie from Leslie's Little Corner, or, something along those lines, where maybe there's a Facebook group and I do videos and show people how to cook. So there's that idea. And then the other idea is maybe sending them to a meal planning service like Eat at Home. So I'm trying to decide whether I need to put the work and make my own course, or if I should send them to like Eat at Home or something like that. But one of the problems that I am struggling with as far as video is, should I make videos for my freebie? Is that too much, or should I wait and put that in the course? Or does that make sense?
Yes. So my initial thoughts are that I think I would recommend, and I'd love for other people to jump in on the chat. First off, this sounds great. I think you're hitting a lot of pain points that people struggle with, and I feel like this could do really, really well. Have you surveyed your audience at all and asked them what their greatest struggles are?
Or how?
Okay. That might be something for you to consider doing, just to kind of, as you decide what direction to take, say, sending out surveys, and you could say, so you could do a couple different things. You could send out an email, and you could say, yeah, I'm assuming you have an email list. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you could send out an email, and you could say, I'm thinking of putting together a product, and what kind of product would you love for me to put together? And just see what they respond back with, because I think that would help you to gauge and get some great ideas for future products. But then also you could send out an email that, would just say, what's your greatest struggle when it comes to cooking? Okay. Or what's your greatest struggle in the kitchen? I feel like that is also something that you could have when people sign up for your email newsletter. That is an email that they get, that you ask them to respond to you and share that, because that will also help you decide, types of posts to write and products to develop. Okay, Michelle is asking, I'm just going to go on a little tangent here. How do you get people to respond to surveys? One thing that you might do, make sure that when you are asking that they, like I said in my email, I really want you to be honest. I won't be offended. Don't hold back. Kind of make it so that they know you really want to hear their thoughts. But also another thing, you can do an actual survey. People are much more likely to click a button versus, or fill out a little form than they are to reply via email. These are also really easy to do on social media. Now, I find it to be helpful for them to just reply and say whatever they think. But if you could do something like a yes, no, if you're really having trouble getting people to respond. I haven't found that people, when I make it very clear that I want their opinion and I make it super simple, don't ask them to do some big thing. Keep it super, super simple in your question, but usually people are going to respond. Amy Lee said, I always say it's only 4 clicks or something like that. So yeah, keep it really simple. Yes, no is always great, or a very simple question that people might be opinionated on. Okay, so back to what you were thinking here. My thoughts are I would stick with the kitchen inventory as your freebie, and I would have your tripwire be the 5 days. And the reason is because I feel like then your course could be the bigger product that you're going to have your funnel lead them to eventually. But start with, the printable, because I think that's that tells you that they want to organize their kitchen. People who are signing up for kitchen inventory printable want to organize their kitchen. So it's the targeted group of people. It's also your target market. And then you're going to provide this product, 5 days to organize your kitchen. That's going to be just really simple for them. You could consider maybe doing it more as an ebook versus you could have a Facebook group that went along with it, or you could have some videos, but you could also just, have it be an ebook. So then it's really simple and it's 5 days and it's broken down, and maybe there's some kind of printable for each of the days to make it more exciting, or you add on some extra printable or something like that. I would try to keep it in the $7 to $9 price range, no more than that. Maybe even if you were planning to give it away for free, maybe you make it $5 so that it's $1 per day or something, but so that you're getting people in the mentality of, oh, Leslie sells products. I buy products from Leslie. It's not just like Leslie provides information for free. So and then people that are going to spend $5 are going to be more apt to then also be the people that will spend $27, $47 or whatever it is on your, whatever you price your actual cooking class at. So that's just an idea that I would say. And as far as maybe you say down the road you're going to do the cooking class, and right now maybe it's easier for you to say, then the funnel is going to lead them to the Eat at Home menu plan service or some other kind of product. There are some other cooking classes out there. I know that there are a few like cooking with kids classes. I'm trying to think if anyone knows of some that would be great, you can leave them in the chat. But so you could, for now, just have, your tripwire is something that you've put together, but then your funnel is going to lead them to something that is someone else's. Yeah, Lisa said, I train my readers to expect not to pay for years, and it's so helpful to now have a product offer. You kind of do have to train people, and you're going to get a little resistance if you've always offered everything for free. And so it's good for those of you who are newer, starting out with having products that you offer kind of from the get-go helps people so they're not then feeling blindsided or like all of a sudden you become super greedy because you're charging for something. Okay, Amy Lee says, Katie Kimball, are you familiar with her from Kitchen Stewardship?
I don't think so.
Okay, check out her course. Dawn is also saying that. Check it out because it's cooking with kids, and I have not gone through it, but I've seen little clips of it, and I think it might be a perfect fit for your audience to start out with that as kind of, and I don't know, does anybody remember how much it is? She has a good affiliate program though for it. So anyway, that's what I would recommend. Any thoughts on that? How does that feel for you?
No, it feels really good because when you came on and said that you felt like you maybe offered too much with your 5 days, I started thinking, oh, maybe I've done too much for my 5 days too. So I do like the idea of giving out that printable for free and then designing the 5-day, email, well, maybe not even an email series, but an ebook, because I think that would be really neat to make an ebook and try to market that for maybe $5 to $7.
The other thing, if you turn it into an ebook, that then you could also sell that on Amazon as well. And the other thing I was going to mention is if you have an ebook, then it also, you can put it in the Ultimate Bundle product bundles too. So it kind of gives you a product that you have to be able to do that if that's something that you're wanting to do, if that would work for your audience. So it kind of gives you a lot of options when you have the ebook. And on Amazon, the great thing is if you're selling an ebook on Amazon, it's going to get in front of a lot of new people. And so you can get new subscribers and new site followers and all that through that. So just thinking about how can we get the best return on our investment. And so I'm not saying necessarily you might find that you need videos and you want to make it more like that, but I would say you might consider saving those for something that's of larger value. So make it like it's a really great comprehensive ebook. Maybe you link out to a few videos that you do on Facebook or something, but that it's not this whole big comprehensive thing, because then people aren't going to maybe want to buy your cooking class because you've already done a whole bunch or something in that. The other thing is that the 5 days to organize your kitchen, that's going to appeal more to people, just like the kitchen inventory, it's going to appeal more to people who want to become more organized in the kitchen. So I would say that maybe a meal plan would go in line with that, because people who want to get more organized in the kitchen typically are going to want to have help with planning a menu. So maybe another thing that you could do, you could have another freebie and tripwire that would be more of the cooking class or cooking with kids. That would be some kind of printable that's going to be cooking with kids type of thing. Maybe it's, my 5 best, kid-friendly or recipes or something like that I can make with my kids or something. And then that leads to a tripwire that is some ebook that you put together to, get started in the kitchen with kids, that leads to then a cooking class with kids. So you could have multiples here, but always think about, is my freebie attracting the kind of person that's going to want my tripwire, that's going to want my long-term funnel? And if not, maybe go back to the drawing board and maybe it's more than one that you want to set up. So anyway, thank you so much for being willing to come on video, and I hope that was helpful to you.
It was very helpful. Thank you so much for having me.
Alrighty, next up we have Carolyn, which I have a special affinity for because she has Wichita on the Cheap is her site, and I am from Wichita, Kansas, so I have known Carolyn for a very long time. Hello, Carolyn. And Carolyn, you have been blogging for a long time. Is that right?
Right.
How long? Tell us about your blog and how you got started.
I started in 2009. I was writing for little local magazines, and one of the columns that I wrote was things you could do around town with kids that weren't very expensive. And right around that time, I found out about a blogging network of cities on the cheap, and I thought that's perfect. So I started doing that, and have been doing it ever since.
And can you tell us a little bit, so you're part of a blogging network, do you have like full, do they say, do they have any things like, oh, you have to follow these guidelines, or do you have free reign because you're part of the network?
Well, I'm one of the original members of the network, and we were just a loosely associated group. We helped each other out. So I have free reign on my website.
Okay.
And we still just pretty much help each other out.
Okay. Because as I was looking at your site, I was like, I don't know, can she do these things or not? I wasn't sure. Okay. So then tell us what you're thinking as far as freebie and tripwire.
I am completely lost. I have no clue. I've tried to do this before, but everything that I write about, I give away for free on my website. So I can't think of anything left that I haven't already put out there.
Well, and so I'm going to challenge you on one thing to say that just because you've written a blog post on it doesn't mean you can offer it as a freebie in tripwire. Most people who come to your site are not going to dig through all of your archives, years and years and years and years and years and years of archives. They're not going to use the search bar. So with your freebie, there's nothing wrong. I would say this to everyone. There's nothing wrong with pulling together old blog posts that did well and repackaging it. Okay. So think about that. What are some of those blog posts that have done really well that they're evergreen? They still are good. It's not like it was a one-time deal back in 2010 or something. Can you think off the top of your head of things that have done really well and continue to do well?
Well, one of my top posts is the top 3 things to do in Wichita.
Okay.
And that's still, it does a little less well because I haven't updated it in a while, but that would be maybe a good excuse to pull it back out.
Okay. Because I think that something like that might be a really fantastic, so just kind of repackaging it as something pretty, like I don't know how long it would be, but if it's just, 3 or 4 pages and then that's what they get, I mean, that is your absolute target market right there.
Right.
That could help to really build your email list. So if you had somebody or how to design it into a pretty freebie, even though you have a blog post on it, most people aren't going to know unless you're just plastering it all over your site. So instead of, I used to do this all the time where I would offer stuff for free and blog posts, and my printables were all you could just click to download them. And now I have it where you have to give your email address to get it. And so I would just say, I think that would be something. And then you could, I don't know what social media you use, but those types of things do really well on Facebook and Pinterest and all that if you have a cute graphic for it, because you're going to be then, it's just kind of repurposing your content, but it's getting people to sign up for your email list with that.
Okay. I'm sure I can come up with other ones too besides that.
So that might be something, thinking of like we were talking about when I was talking with Sarah about on the sidebar, it might be something for you to think about, what are those top 5 posts, and then turning those into things that, on the sidebar, you're promoting them in your post, in your top 100 posts, you have links, so a cute graphic to them so that you're getting people to sign up for your email list and not just kind of be a passive consumer of your website, but an active participant because they're on your email list.
Awesome.
And so then I would love to hear how you are currently monetizing your site. And while I'm doing that, if anyone has ideas, because I think she has a hard site to kind of think of offering a tripwire because of the fact that she gives everything away for free. So if anyone has any great ideas of a tripwire, let us know as well. But I'd love to hear what you're doing to monetize your site.
It's basically all advertising. I have Mediavine, and thank God they came along because I finally started making money on the traffic that I had. And then I do sell local ads, local small businesses who already know about my site because, they go to it to find out things to do. They'll email me and ask me to advertise and stuff. And
so is that working pretty well for you? Do you have quite a few who are wanting to do advertising?
It's okay, but it takes a lot of time. So it's definitely something that I'm, you spend a lot of time doing it. It pulls me away from adding content and things like that. So I'm trying to balance blogging with being a salesperson, which I never thought that I would be a salesperson, but that's pretty much what you have to be. I mean, we just talk about how we can help them. I won't advertise if I can't help them, but like the consignment sales in town, that's perfect for them to advertise on my site.
And do you have a lot of repeat advertisers?
Yeah, almost all of them come back.
Okay.
Again and again.
So what are you currently charging?
Well, my rate sheet says that I'm charging $450 for a sponsored post.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the advertisers who keep coming back every year, I just still keep them at the price they started with, which in a lot of cases is like $200.
Okay, and why is that?
Just because I don't want to be mean, I guess.
Has your site grown?
Yes, absolutely, it has.
Okay. So I would really challenge you on that if your rate sheet says $450, that you need to gradually be increasing those. Because if your site is growing, then your rates need to be growing too. So I'm just going to push you on that. I understand. I totally get it. I'm the kind of person who's like, I'll just do it for free, but I think you need to remember that you are a business. You're working very hard at this and you need to make money to make it worth the time that you're investing in it. So I just challenge you, we pretty much usually we raise our rates maybe every year depending upon, and I always see like if the demand is there, then and we can prove that there's a reason why we're raising rates. So for you, my traffic has grown. And, you know, and so I think just to say to those people as they come back to you, be like, I'd love to have you advertise, you know, by the way, my rates have gone up because our traffic has increased a lot. And so, you know, and tell them, like, say, you know, back in whatever it was this and now it's this. And so we've raised our rates accordingly. And maybe you're not going to quote them $450, but maybe you're going to say $300, you know, like gradually work up to that. Yeah. And like Elizabeth said, you aren't meaning to update your rates. It's business.
Right. And a few of my advertisers have actually raised their own rate on me. Like they said, we need to pay you more. So
you need to stop undervaluing yourself. That's what I'm saying. An idea that some people are saying some things, and an idea that I had as far as your tripwire is something that you might consider. I don't know, when you said the free things to do, the top 3 things to do in Wichita, how many things are on that list?
Right now, I think there's 25. Not all of them are year round, but I think there's 25.
I was just wondering, because if there was enough that you could come up with that it could be like ebook size, but I don't know if you have like details and, you know, if it's pretty, because then it could be that you know, have more that your freebie is like your, you know, I'm just thinking, is there a value if, as you build your email list, what is the value in that if you're not charging more for your sponsored post and you're giving everything away for free? What is the value in building your email list?
Traffic. They click through.
Like, and are you seeing, as your email list increased, are you seeing a lot of increase in traffic?
Usually, but I mean, mine's very seasonal. So January, February, you know, are not very good. November through December are great. And it has gone consistently up.
Why is November and December? What is driving traffic in November, December?
All the fun things to do in town. There's sales and.
Is that what it is, or?
What's that?
Like holiday stuff, or?
Right. Okay. Holiday stuff.
Okay, so because you could consider, I mean, that is something that you could possibly charge for. But another thing that I was going to say is, you have Wichita on the cheap. You don't say Wichita on the free, or free Wichita, you know. So have you ever considered, like, do you ever post stuff that it's like it actually is charging something?
Yes.
Are you, so is there a way that do any of those things, like I was just thinking of a lot of the different companies that we work with where they have stores in Wichita that it's a really great deal, but it could be actual affiliate links that you could be using. Do you ever do that? I
tried like retail affiliate links and they did not do well. The best affiliate product I've ever had was the entertainment coupon book.
Yes.
People would buy those, and now Wichita doesn't have a book anymore, so it's just the app.
But you proved that people would buy something like that.
Right.
Okay. So I'm just trying to think, like, I know, so one of my friends, she had a deal blog for a specific, it was Colorado Springs, and she was actually making good money, not only with the sponsored post with companies, and she was doing a lot with that. And also, do you offer packages for your sponsored posts? Like, are you offering where you're giving them more than just a post?
Right. Yeah. Sometimes we'll tack on a Facebook Live, and I include in the sponsored post package, I include, you know, sending things out to Facebook and Twitter, and making if it's an event, I make it a featured event on the calendar. It is kind of a package.
Okay.
You have other ideas?
Then you totally need to be charging $450.
Okay.
So for mine, it's like, well, we have different things that we do, but like, so I will do standalone, like Facebook Live or Instagram stories. I'm super picky about those because that's me going on video, but I will do like a Facebook Live or Instagram story that's a standalone thing. And I think, do you do Instagram? Are you doing Instagram?
Not really.
Okay.
I should. I know I should. I have followers on there without even trying, so I know there's something there to be had. One of my challenges with that is that I do most of this work, so I'm at home working on blog posts, and I don't go anywhere. So I need to figure out a way to take pictures of places around town and be at events and actually, you know, get on Instagram during something exciting that's happening.
It could just be, you know, for, you know, starting out, to just challenge yourself. Okay, I'm going to do one this week where I'm going to go somewhere and take a picture of something. And I'm, but so start, challenge yourself to start out small. But Instagram, I see that there's a lot of potential there, and a lot of companies are wanting to be represented on Instagram, a lot more so than Facebook. So that's just something to consider. A lot of companies will pay for you to promote their thing on Instagram. So they'll pay you good money for a post on Instagram. And I feel like that would jive right with what you're doing. So that is something you could have as like an add-on to your advertising package. So, your sponsored post rate is $450, but then you could have, for an additional $250, I will do an Instagram post and an Instagram story. And so
I can afford to hire people to help me, more people to help me if I charge that much.
Exactly. So start thinking in those terms, and start thinking about, like, would you like to afford to hire people to help you? If so, then what do you need to do to be able to get there? And so I always think about, like, when I'm doing a sponsored post for someone, or Instagram or Facebook, like, I'm also adding in the cost of what it costs me to pay for my team, what it costs me if I have to drive somewhere, and if I have to take the time to do that. Like, I add in all of those costs. And if they walk away from it because they're not, they don't, like, that's too much money, I'm like, then I didn't spend a lot of time on something that for just hardly making any money. So I would just
perfect sense.
I would challenge you for that. So that's one thing. The other thing, do you ever do like email blast where you send out just on a specific deal, like highlighting a company and their deal?
No, I've never done that.
Okay, how many people do you have on your email list?
About 8,000, 8,300.
Okay. And that is like a targeted email list for these companies. So I would add that on also. So I would just, with these companies, you could, the next time that one of them comes back to you, say, we have some new, I'm super excited. We have some new options here. And, for sending out an email blast that is a targeted email blast, that it's like, that's all your email newsletter is about. And as long as it's a great deal and something that you would feel comfortable promoting anyway to your audience, I think that you could totally do that. I wouldn't do it like 3 times a week, but you could do it twice a month. And I would say you could charge at least somewhere between $300 and $500 for that.
Wow.
So as targeted email blasts are really, really high value for companies. So, and then also you can put together like where it's a package deal, where it's like, if it's some kind of company where they're offering, it might be longer than a one-time post. So some companies, they will buy multiple posts from us, and then we'll give them a discount if they buy multiple posts because it makes sense. They're going to be running this sale or whatever or it's an ongoing sort of thing. So that's another thing to consider. But then also, so a Facebook post, Instagram post, we also do Twitter, Pinterest, and then the videos as far as Instagram story, Instagram live. Now there's Instagram TV, there's Facebook live. So there's so many different options. I don't think you need to do them all, but I would add on a few extra things. And every time when a company contacts you, I would say to them, we also have this great new option that you can get this, and I'm offering a special deal because it's brand new, and you can, like the email, you could say it's just $250 or something like that.
Okay.
And I would see if they bite, because the thing for you that you have that is so unique is that yours is this targeted list of people. It's not like my list is, they can live anywhere. So, and it's like they have such a broad range of interest, and, they're all over the map and everything. So it's like, if it's something for kids, well, maybe they don't have kids. A lot of my followers don't. And so they're not getting this targeted list of people. Whereas for you, that is exactly, and it's so localized. And so I feel like there's a ton of potential there. And so maybe with building your email list, instead of thinking of it like building your email list and then, having a tripwire, maybe it's more so that you're building your email list so that you can charge for sending out emails. You can charge more for that.
Okay.
The other thing you can do is, are you regularly sending out an email newsletter?
Yes.
Okay, so you could also just have where they had like a paragraph ad in the email newsletter. I don't know if you've done something like that before, but that could just be $100 or something like that. So you could have a cheaper option for them as well. And I think you'll be surprised how much people would bite on these things just because they don't know, because you've never offered it to them. So
I've actually had people ask me for emails, and I'm like, I don't do that. I don't want to make my audience mad and lose them. But
yeah, but I don't think you will, as long as you're really careful. Like, my thing is, like, if I would already send it out, then of course, if you want to pay to send it out, I'm not going to, And the other thing that I'll do sometimes with companies, if it's not something that I'm super excited about, or it just needs a little bit more of a wow factor, I will ask them if they'll add a giveaway to it. So that would be another thing that you could do if it's something where you feel like, it's not the greatest thing ever, but you'll say, hey, well, would you give away 2 tickets to your event? And then that gives you the angle to be able to promote it, so that, and then also it's the thing of like, where then in order to enter to win, they have to go take some action on your site. So then it's a win-win for you as well.
Right.
So anyway,
great ideas.
I'm so glad this is helpful. I can't wait to see what you come up with, and I'm super excited for you. And someone said something that I wanted to mention. Oh, yes, Brian said to make sure to use a hashtag. So if you're going to do Instagram, you definitely need to be using hashtags. That is where businesses are basically, people are finding them, especially when it's a location-based sort of Instagram account. So I would encourage you to kind of figure out which hashtags are going to bring in the most for Instagram for you, that it's going to be Wichita people, and make sure to use those.
Okay, awesome.
All righty, thank you so much for hopping on. Brave to do this. Okay, that was so much fun. I love just getting to interact and give feedback. That's one of my favorite things to be able to do, and I could just sit here and do it all day, although I have the bacon cooking that I have to go eat. But one thing that I wanted to mention is that I've been kind of hinting around that we're probably going to get a new forum, and I'm super excited. I've been doing a lot of research and talking to different people and experimenting with some things, and I think there is almost a 99.99% chance that we're going to be switching to Mighty Networks, and I actually already signed up for it, and I am setting up the site. I will say that there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but I think you all are going to love it. It is just so much more effective, efficient, fast, social media-like, while not being on Facebook, so you're not getting distracted with all of that. And then it has so many bells and whistles and things that you can do, and being able to contact people, and people being able to put their information, and you being able to search for things really easily, and us to be able to have all of the information there. So I just want to let you know that that's coming. I have a lot of work to do to get it all set up and to make sure that everything is running and that I feel good about everything, but I'm hoping to have it ready in 3 weeks. And then my plan is that I'm going to let everyone, you'll have to re-sign up for it, because there's no way that we can switch everyone over with how the system works. So my plan is that I will let you know, hopefully in 3 weeks, it'll be all ready to go. And then they have a kind of where you can do a free trial. So my plan is to let everybody sign up for a few days for the free trial to try it out, to make sure that we feel real good about it and see if there's anything we need to tweak before you would actually be charged for being in it. And I'm going to try to work it out so that it's like within 1 month, so that you're not getting overlapping charges, if that makes sense. And the one thing that I wanted to make sure to be able to do, I think I may have mentioned it, but I'm not sure, is I want to set up an affiliate program that only people who are in the mastermind will get to be a part of. That if you have someone that you know that you would love to invite to join the mastermind, then when we open it up again, hopefully in April, if everything goes well with Mighty Networks and all of that, and you all feel good about it, then hopefully in April, we're going to open it up again to a limited number of people. And so if you have friends that you would love to have join the mastermind that you feel like this would be helpful to them, then we are going to have an affiliate program where you will get ongoing payments, an ongoing affiliate payment for inviting your friends, but no one else will be able to be a part of that affiliate program. You have to be a mastermind member in order to do that. And we're just hoping that that might allow you to be able to make back what you're investing in, and just as a little special way of us saying thank you for being a part. So anyway, we are still working on the back end details of all of that to make sure that that's going to work, because Mighty Networks doesn't offer the kind of affiliate program that we want, but we think we can set it up through Infusionsoft, which is our current affiliate program. So I just have to get a lot of the technical stuff all in place, and I'm hoping to have that done in 3 weeks. So I will keep you posted on that. And next month, on March 1st, I'm going to be sending out an email with details on the dates for our 2 lives for next month. But I wanted to mention that I'm planning that we're going to tackle writing sales copy for sales pages and for affiliate posts, because hopefully we'll be at the place in March where we will have our freebies done and mostly our tripwires done. And so this will help us as we write the copy for the freebie pages, for the landing pages, and also the copy for our tripwires. But then also just for any types of post, whether, talking to Carolyn, whether it's a sponsored post for some sponsor, you want to write that well, or whether it's sending out an email about an affiliate offer, whether it's your own sales copy. So we're just going to talk about how to write sales copy that's going to convert, whether it's for a freebie or a sponsor or an affiliate or your own product. So that is my plan, and hopefully that will be helpful, and I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to kind of work on our pages together because it's something that I'm working on in our own business as well. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you around in the forum.